Hey y'all, it's the Bonnie B experience. It's your girl Bonnie B, and let's get into this look. I'm trying to keep it cute because I know y'all don't like these long intros or whatever, but we had a lot of noise, a lot of background noise today, so I'm gonna just do a little voiceover so y'all can see the look real quick. All right, so yeah, let's get into it. So I wanted to just do like a natural beat, something light, and just show you some things that I'll be using because Rite Aid had a blowout 90% off still. And I went there and grabbed a whole bunch of goodies. So I got makeup wipes, which I'm using here. And I got these for like $2 to wipe my face and just make sure that my face is thoroughly clean for this process. So during this video, we're going to use like color corrector. That's going to be the orange stuff that I put on my face. We're going to be using concealer, which is like 2 shades lighter than my natural skin tone. We're going to be using Morphe eyeshadow palettes. We are also going to use a Morphe foundation. It's a Filter Pro 3.0. That is the color. And we're going to be using like a few other things. Besides the Morphe, a lot of the stuff I got from Amazon, like these iPads. You can wear these iPads whether you're doing makeup or not. It really doesn't matter. They are just very comfortable. They're soothing. They're relaxing. Makes your face feel like you are at the spa. And on top of that, you have the goodness of getting your face all moisturized. So these iPads come from, oh my goodness, guys, I can't think of it. It's like that snail line. I know it sounds crazy, right? But it's like snail juice, okay? And the snail juice is going to get us ladies tight and right, honey. So don't knock it until you try it. So I'm just sitting here putting that on. And then I always got to prep the lips. So this is my Laneige. Laneige is my favorite lip combo, okay? My favorite lip. I usually use this with like uh a lip pencil or eyebrow pencil or something on the lines of that. But like the sleeping mask, I use all day. Since I brought this one, which is the tint, I've been using that like all day, every day. So that's what I put on. And I already shape waxed and tint my eyebrows 2 days ago. So they're pretty much good. I do this in my salon suite. For those that don't know, I am a licensed esthetician. I do all things beauty, love all things beauty. And, you know, that's why we're here today, because I want to start giving y'all more content. But I want to give you content that you are interested in, things that you want to see. So I'm just filling in my eyebrows here. And this is just a Wet n Wild pencil that I'm using. Majority of the items that you are seeing in this video are drugstore items, okay? I am that girly that loves luxury, that loves the, designer and stuff. But I also love the other things that are more affordable, especially in times like this where we are struggling to stay afloat. And, even us as business owners and creators, we're not making that much money no more. This little elf kit is very nice to get, and you can get it at Rite Aid or CVS. The kit has enough brushes in it to get done what needs to be done, especially if you are a beginner. And these are some of the concealers that I brought. They're usually about $15.69. Your girl got them for like $4. Okay, clock that T, baby. And I also got some foundations. We are not using these foundations today because I just didn't want to open them. And I already had one open, so we're just going to go ahead and use that. Those were also $15, dropped down to $3. And your girl loves a good press on, honey. Like, I don't have time to get my nails done because I'm always lashing or doing facials or something like that. So I do my own press on nails, okay? So I got all this at Rite Aid and it was dirt cheap. So all these items that I got and the makeup wipes and a couple other things came out to a whopping $15 and some change. I cannot complain. I am probably gonna go back. But yeah, you see all them imperfections. But let's get into the music because ladies, especially if you're new to doing makeup, you have to set the mood. The scenery has to be good for you, the room that you're in, the temperature. You want to put on some music. You also want to have a good drink. I didn't have a good drink during this session, okay? Because I went and got me a sweet tea from McDonald's. I like my sweet tea with 2 lemons. I know it's too much sugar, but I like my sweet tea with 2 lemons. And my mom knocked the whole thing down. So, whatever. Here we're getting into prepping the skin because prepping the skin is very much important. Your skin has to be moisturized. So I already put on the eye patches, which help moisturize under the eye, my puffiness. And now I'm putting on the Nivea cream. If you are very, very dry, you want to use this. And this is going to help moisturize the skin and have that foundation look like skin, okay? We want the foundation to look like skin. I don't want to see like the powdery. I don't want to see the cakey. Maybe if I was going to like an event, but I'm just going to work, girl. Like I'm literally just going to work, and I got to do Brazilians today. So your girl gonna be sweating, all right? So we're gonna moisturize the skin with that. And then we're going to grab our brushes so you could just see what we got going on here. And I was having a little bit of hard time opening the brushes. And hold on, y'all. Lord, the TV came on and all that. I had to mute that real quick. But anyway, the brush on the back of the box, it tells you what the brushes are used for. And I'm going to just try to link all this stuff down below for you so y'all have it. And you could just go grab it and be able to do the look. So what I am going to do here is my brows are already done. So I'm going to carve out the bottom only of my brows, so that my brows just look a little bit more tapered. So the issue that I have with my brows is that one brow is thicker than the other. That's just how it is. It's just how my hair grows. Our brows are not twins, they are sisters. So therefore, this is something that happens to a lot of us, okay? So I'm carving underneath just to give it a little bit more clean, seamless look. And I'm not going to even touch the top. I'm going to just leave the top as is. So that's what you see here. Guys, like, in my next video, I don't really know what to talk about, but I was thinking about telling y'all about how I had to go back to my 9 to 5 after being an entrepreneur for 7 years, okay? 7 years. And, you know, like, I am, like, used to making $1,800 a week, okay, or more. That's big for me. Maybe not for you, but that's big for me. Because I know some of y'all girls out here, y'all is making money. Like, y'all is like, I be watching y'all TikToks and stuff, and y'all making 3K a week, 5K a week. And to be honest with you, I probably could have been doing that too, but I struggled with holding myself back. Like, I was really holding myself back, and I'm not doing that no more. Like, I have some exciting things to share with y'all, and, you know, I look forward to telling y'all, but I'm not doing that no more. So here's the concealer, and I'm just blending it in now, and I'm going to bring that down to my lid because that's going to help the lid have a nice coating for when we put the eyeshadow on, okay? And with the eyeshadow, we're only doing 2 colors. We're not doing... This is for the girlies, again, that just want to do something cutesy, okay? We're going to call this the cutesy look. We just want something cutesy. We just want to be able to go outside real quick and, you know, go to work or whatever. Because we don't be having time. We don't be having time to be doing crazy beats right now. Like, we want to be cute but we busy. So that's what you see me doing here. But yeah, we have like a lot of things to talk about, ladies. Like we do. I want to talk about like I want to give y'all some information on Brazilians and like what y'all need to be doing to take care of the Brazilians, because there's a lot of things that I hear, a lot of questions that I get, a lot of things that I see. I want to show y'all better how to take care of your lash extensions and give y'all alternatives to lash extensions. What else? Oh, so we also gonna have like some do-it-yourself type of videos or sessions, whatever you want to call it, because we are going to be moving into a new space, and I was going to hire people to do all the things for that, but now I'm thinking like, why don't I just do it myself and show y'all? By the way, this palette is very good for weddings, okay? Y'all know September is wedding season. Y'all need to get this palette. It's a oldie, but it's a goodie. But yeah, we are diving into some new things, and I want to share the journey with y'all. So I hope if you're watching now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because we need to support each other. So I am blending this out. And just trying to make this look very smooth but light. I always start off with like a light color, and then I go back over with like a darker color and I bring it down a bit. The concealer on the lid helps smooth out your canvas. So a lot of people have trouble with like using concealers and things like that. And that's because when you put the concealers on, you're kind of making a blank canvas. You're kind of erasing things, and then you have to build that back up. It took me a long time to understand that, because sometimes I would do people's makeup and I didn't think that they needed concealer, or I didn't think that they needed a highlight or a contour, and their face would just be kind of like blank. You ever see someone and you're like, ooh, she looks like a ghost, or she looks like you took the life away from her, like because of her makeup? That's usually what happens. It's like you got your makeup done and they didn't put your, you know, your cheekbones back in. They didn't lift anything. They didn't conceal anything. There's a lot of things that can be missing when you are doing your makeup or getting your makeup done, and the makeup artist has to understand that they have to put them things back. They have to put your features back into the makeup to make it pop, to make it look like you. So you know how sometimes people get their makeup done and they're like, they look like a totally different person. Sometimes that's just because the makeup can be flawless. The makeup can be flawless. It could be gorgeous. It's like, girl, you look good. Like, I'm loving it. But then sometimes the client will say, but I don't look like myself. Well, that's because we are creatives as makeup artists. We are creating as makeup artists. So what we did was we took some things away, and, you know, we just have to remember to put those things back. So the music was jamming, okay? I was jamming right here. You know, I was getting into it. I mean, in it. So now we're getting into color correcting. So you want to use either a orange color corrector, and, you know, I'm using the classic LA Pro. Or you want to use salmon, whichever. Usually orange is used for a darker complexion. And then here I'm putting on my e.l.f. primer. So the blue primer, girl, that grip, okay? You have to put on primer. That's another thing that I noticed, that women, when they're doing their makeup, or just like when you're like, I'm not a makeup artist, I just put on my tint. I just put on the foundation with my fingers. I get all that. And if it works, it works. But we do have to put on a barrier. You do have to put on a primer, because the primer is what's going to protect your skin. The primer is a barrier between your skin and the foundation. so that you're reducing the chances of breakouts and things like that. So you have to put primer on, okay? And here I'm putting the color corrector in orange, and this is the LA Pro, in the places where I have dark spots, okay? There's other places that I have dark spots that I didn't put it on. This specifically was just the areas that I felt that I needed it the most. So I'm just dabbing with my finger because that seems to be the better technique for me. I understand that other people use brushes and things of that sort or whatever. They like to use, sometimes they use like those little sponge pads or the beauty blenders, things like that. But I just pretty much use my finger. It's easy for me, and a little goes a long way. I'm telling you, that LA Pro concealer, baby, will last you for 10 years. Okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating, maybe not 10, but like a good 6. Okay, you don't got to keep buying them, especially if you're not using a lot. Now, if you're doing makeup on a consistent basis, if you're doing your makeup every day, things like that sort, then yeah, maybe. But for the most part, it lasts. Like, it lasts for a very long time. And this process do take a little while. Um, so you see me patting out here and just trying to smooth it out, but it was really dragging everywhere on my face. And I was just like, okay, like I'm over it or whatever. So now, if you have large pores, which a lot of people do, you want to use this. This is a pore filler, okay, from Benefit. And that just goes on top. So you'll just take a little bit of that and you'll pat it on top and you'll be good. You kind of want to use some serums at home when you're not putting on makeup, like niacinamide or something to help with your pores. And here I'm using the Morphe Filter Free 3.0. And this is one of my favorite foundations right now. It's also very affordable. I got mine from Ulta. But you could get it pretty much anywhere they sell makeup. And I'm just using my fluffy brush that was in that kit. And I am dabbing very nicely all over my skin. I'm starting from the bottom and working my way up to the top. And I just keep doing this until I feel like the foundation looks like pretty seamless, pretty smooth. And this is, again, for like a more natural look. I could have did like a lot more steps, but I wanted to keep it pretty much simple so y'all can do this at home and y'all can follow at home, okay? But make sure you're following me. I would just go ahead and follow me now. Like, make sure you're following me because, girl, I don't want you to miss these things, okay? And you have an open door policy to ask me questions like about services, about makeup, about whatever it is. As long as we're all just being respectful to each other and vibing, ask me what you want, girl. So I'm just dabbing it out here. And here I was having some issues with the light because I couldn't really tell this whole time if y'all could really see me or not. Like, I'm like, can they see me? Because first of all, I don't have my glasses on. Second, I'm looking into the camera. Don't know if I'm looking into the camera. And then third, like, it just on my end wasn't as clear. If y'all can, drop down in the comments what kind of camera y'all are using, if you are using one. So I'm really right here using a phone. Like, I'm using my phone. We got to improvise. But I am very much considering the DJI Osmo Pro 3 or 4. But I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth it. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna get it. There's some other cameras I'm looking at too, but whichever one I do plan on getting, I will definitely do a video review. So for all of us girlies who are also doing content, because I know some of y'all just want to know how to do makeup. Some of y'all just want to know what is a day in the life of an esthetician or a lash tech. And some of y'all are content creators. So We got to help each other. So here I'm putting on my $3 concealer. Okay, original price $15.69, and I am putting a little bit on because I don't feel like I need a whole lot. Once you pat out the concealer and you put on your highlighting powder on top, it makes it very smooth underneath, and it also brightens it even more. So I didn't want to put too much, but I kind of wanted to hide my puffiness under my eyes to the best of my ability. So I naturally have these puffiness under my eyes. I was literally born with this, and it's just always there. If I use like cold globes, if I ice my face every night, they usually go away, or like not fully go away but go down nicely. I will be going back to using eye cream because I was using, I think it was Sunday Riley eye cream, and that was definitely helping. It was depuffing. And I usually put that on too before I start doing my makeup. So that really lifts my under eye up. But I didn't want to give y'all too many steps because I know too many steps can be pretty confusing. So that's what you see me doing here. And the other thing that I noticed that I didn't do, I usually put on my lashes before I do my foundation. And the reason why I do that is because a lot of times when I am putting on my lashes, I get like makeup on my hand and things like that. So I didn't want to mess that up for myself. So I just was like, you know, I'm just going to get to it when I get to it. I didn't notice that I didn't put them on already. It hit me sometime after. So now I'm taking that same foundation brush and I'm kind of blending in, because in this kit that I purchased from CVS, the e.l.f. kit, I didn't have like a concealer brush in there to really get into the creases. So when I was using the other brush that I was using, oh, no, this brush. When I was using this brush, what was happening, it was going on to the side of my nose, and that was becoming a problem. So you want to get your little puff puff triangle. They are on Amazon. I'm going to try to put them links there. And you want to use that for your under eye. You want to use that when you are going to add your powder onto your under eye. And that is going to help make the under eye like smooth and bright. And you leave that on. Now you can put it on and then swipe right away. Or you could put it on and bake. That's what they usually call it, baking. I bake sometimes and sometimes I don't. The baking process just makes it a little bit more, what do we want to call it? Potent or vibrant, something on the lines of that. It just brings out the eyes like a little bit more. Some girls really like that bright highlight look, like they want to see the highlight. So that's what you see me doing here. And I left it on, and I left it on for a pretty decent time because I had to get to them lashes, okay? Them lashes that I forgot to put on, I had to get to them lashes, okay? And my lashes are reusable, and I thought I had them in a case, girl. I had them on a shipping sticker from shipping out some orders, okay, from my online store, BonnieB.com. So because I had that going on, I had to pull them off, and then I had to like mess with them to like get them back into shape. And when you do that, first of all, if you got some good lashes, if you buy good lashes from a good lash seller, or you got your own lash line or whatever, and them lashes can stick, and you can still take them off of a paper envelope, whatever, and clean them and bend them up, and they stay in place, then you got some good lashes. If you get lashes and you have to, like, when you try to like bend them up and get them back in place and they rip and they fall apart, I'm sorry, baby. I am sorry, baby. Those is not good lashes. Now, if you don't care, that's one thing. Some girls don't care. They like to just, keep buying new lashes. That's their thing. But me, I like to reuse my lashes. I want to reuse my lashes at least 3 to 5 times, and you could wash them. You could wash them with eyelash shampoo. That's what I use. I use my own eyelash shampoo, and I wash my lashes, and I can rock out with the same lashes for a week, and that works for me because unless I want to change up the style. But that works for me because it's just easier that way. And I already know what I'm putting on every day. So I put my adhesive on. And the adhesive that I like to use is the Duo. And it's the translucent. It's the one that is green and white. And it dries clear. The black one, I just feel like gets a little bit too messy. And I like the one with the brush because I can control it. And it just makes it easier to know how much I'm putting on and to see it dry. So when you see it drying a little bit, then you know it's time to put it on. It's tacky. So I like that. I like the Duo because it tells you what to do. Okay, all you gotta do is pay attention to it, and it's going to tell you what to do. So that's what you see going on here right now. And I was having some trouble putting the lashes on because I haven't had to put lashes on in a while. I actually been not wearing lashes just because I was looking cute without them. Okay? Clock that T. So the main thing with putting on strip lashes is making sure that you cut the ends and make sure that the lash fits to the eye. This is a thing that people just don't do, but you have to do it because if you don't do it, you're going to have that little situation on the end where it's poking the inner corner of your eye or poking on the outer corner of your eye, and that's a no-no. Yeah, I was singing my heart out. But anyway, you want to also make sure for some people that you put on mascara underneath, because a lot of times people will put on strip lashes and you can see the gap between your natural lash and the strip lash. You want to make sure there's no gap. So you could put mascara on first. Some people like to do that to lift it and they feel like it just makes it seamless. Or you can put the mascara on after. It's totally up to you. So this is my favorite contour palette. I love this. Even though I don't have no more of the brown left. And then here is my blush palette. I love this. And all these things I get from BoxyCharm, and I'll put the link down below for that. BoxyCharm does me good because I pay $35 a month and I get all these goodies, and it's geared to all the things that I actually like and love. So this way I don't really have to buy makeup often. They know what you like. You personalize your box for the most part, and they ship it out to you every month, and they do not miss. Like, you always get your box during the right time. It's either going to be like in the beginning of the month or mid-month. So I am super duper thankful for that because that gives me the opportunity to try things, play with things, and sometimes I gift out things to family and friends. But here is the finished look. I'm ready to go to work and do these Brazilians, and I just want to say thank you for watching and thank you for being a part of my journey. I can't wait to show y'all more. And yeah, that's about it. It's a wrap. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you do not miss all the up and coming goodies. All right, y'all. Bye.